Hello everyone, and welcome to Straight Chilling. Each week we watch and review a horror film for your entertainment. You can send all questions and comments to straightchillingpodcast@gmail.com, and don't forget to keep chilling.
Yeah, we straight chillin', serial killing. 5 cold villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star ratings from the floor to the ceiling. If you get your 1 star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ, all the 1s and 2s. By the name Elzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all in 2. And prepare to hear the legend of the Straight Chillin' crew.
What up, nerds, and welcome to another Big Apple episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name's Bob. I'll be your host for this evening. This is episode number 289, recorded on Sunday, October 18th, 2020. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a brand new movie just hit Netflix. It's called Vampires vs. the Bronx. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Southern Korea, we got our boy Soju. What's up, man?
What up? It's a shaboy Basic Bish Stains. I'm here to gentrify your asses.
Oh, thank God. Are you going to bring a mochi and a Starbucks? And what else are you going to bring?
No, I'm bringing it. I'm literally going to gentrify your asses. It's a bleach your asshole shop, you know, a special $69.69 will bleach your asshole real clean.
A bleach your asshole shop. That's what it's called. That's the name of the shop. All right. Yep. No guesswork. Randy is out for the week. However, picking up the slack, we're going to welcome back to the show our boy John, calling in from Wausau, Wisconsin. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? I'm sorry. Did I watch the wrong movie? Are we going to talk about Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy? Is that the one that we were talking about?
That is not the movie we're going to talk about.
Oh, shit. I watched the wrong movie. Yes. Oh, my God. I watched the wrong movie.
John, no, you're fired.
Fuck.
The new good Randy.
The good
I watched the right movie. Sorry.
I know, yeah.
Filling in for Randy.
That's a throwback for Randy. What movie did he? It was Demon Night.
Tales from the Crypt movies.
That's a good Randy impression.
Instead of
he legit freaked out.
Well, he watched Bordello of Blood instead of Demon Night, and he.
No, we watched Bordello of Blood. He watched Demon Night.
Okay,
and then later on we switched it.
Okay, yeah. I can't even keep the fuck ups in mind. Well,
that's good.
John, thanks.
No, I watched the right movie. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much, Juice, Bob. Thank you guys for having me on once again, and I appreciate it. Really, seriously.
Yeah, dude. It's always a pleasure having you on. You wanna give a shout out to your own show real quick? Let everybody know what else you're doing, man. Where they can find it.
Certainly. Anywhere you can find that your podcast, the Horrorphoria podcast, horrorphoria.com, or just anywhere that you find social media. That's where we are. And I'm representing Straight Chilling right now.
Straight Chilling with that clean tea.
Rapping it. Clean tea.
So clean.
I am.
Fresh.
Yeah. Slam some Horrorphoria into your ear holes. You certainly won't regret it. Before we get into the movie review tonight, let's go ahead and tackle some housekeeping real quick. As always, here's your reminder. We have our November poll pick posted on our Patreon website. If you support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this November. The theme for November is 90s Universal monster movies. And the 3 movies to vote between are Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and Wolf.
Bob?
Juice.
How's Stroker looking these days?
Still stroking strong. Got a strong stroke.
Yeah.
That stroker.
He's always stroking.
Damn it. I voted for Wolf.
Did you really?
I did. I actually did.
Have you seen
one of 3?
I wanted to see old Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I kind of do too. I've never seen. That's the only one of the 3 I haven't seen, so I'm most curious about it. I've heard it's pretty rough, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson is an appeal for sure. Seeing him as a Wolfman is very intriguing.
Why do you guys do that? That main thing. Can I say something real quick? Is that I'm on the radio. I do on the air. There was this song that I did that's called "Your Man," and then I actually introed it like saying "Your Man." And I went, what the hell am I saying?
That's fantastic.
What am I doing? It's so
affecting your brains.
It is. It's stuck in my brain. Sorry.
We are going to get you fired, my Mang.
I was that close to getting fired, by the way.
Damn, I hope that's not true. I'd actually feel bad.
My Mang.
My Mang. My main Mang.
My main
Your Mang. Your Mang.
Or your Mang.
So, yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula is definitely in first place. Wolf is in second place. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is in last place currently. Get your votes in before the end of October. We'll see what movie we're going to be talking about this November. In other Patreon news, if you support us at the $10 level, you get access to a lot of exclusive mini casts, which are just bonus episodes that we post right to Patreon. I released another one this past Friday. I was talking about Hubie Halloween, which is that new Adam Sandler Netflix comedy.
Oh my Lord.
It's Halloween.
5-star,
heavy.
Bob.
5-star. I don't know, man. You just got to listen to the review.
Spoiler. Yeah, you gotta sign up. $10.
And also, just a few weeks ago, we made it to where if you do support us at the $10 level on Patreon, all those bonus episodes go straight to your podcatcher of choice. So you don't have to listen to them on Patreon. You can listen to them on your phone, on Apple iTunes, whatever, wherever, Spotify, whatever, Google Chrome.
Thank Christ.
Thank Cristo. We do have to give some shouts outs because we got a brand new Patreon supporter this week. Big thanks to Dale for signing up and supporting us on Patreon. It does mean a lot to us. It helps us keep the lights on, and every dollar you contribute to the show goes right back into the show. So thank you, Dale. And as is tradition around these parts, we owe you the straight chilling salute. This one's for Dale.
Slap me in the ass!
Thank you, Dale, for that ass slap. We're loving it.
Slap me in the ass, Dale. Thank you.
Right in it.
I've had my ass slapped before because I'm thinking.
That's very true, John.
We get it slapped at every
and
week.
It feels so goddamn good.
So good. So good. Juice, do you have any housekeeping to take care of?
I actually don't believe I do. I got a new mini episode coming out at some point. I recorded one for that Ratchet show. I'll probably
drop it this Friday. I've been trying to drop one every Friday the month of October, so I'll probably drop it this Friday.
Ooh. Set the weekend up straight, right?
Yeah.
With some straight chilling.
That's right.
Good plan, Bob. So this Friday, you can hear me talk about old Ratchet. God bless the Ratchets.
God bless.
And other than that, let's see. Top 5 Tuesday wasn't last week, was it? No, I don't think so. No, I'm clean.
All right. One last order of business.
All right.
Finally, we got Joe Bob coming back to town.
Finally, Dick Bibbs. He's strolling back in.
Hey, everybody, have you heard the news? Joe Bob is back in town. Didn't know
When's
I could
that
sing.
Coming out, Bob?
That was perfect, by the way.
Thanks, man.
That was perfect.
This Friday, which is October 23rd, 2020 at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Joe Bob's doing another double feature on Shudder. And as we always do, we're going to be hosting a watch party. If you want to join in our watch party, all you got to do is keep an eye on all of our social media outlets, and we'll post a link for you to join in. We usually host it on Zoom, so you can watch the video stream there of Joe Bob, the movies, and his interstitial stuff. And we also have like a little chat going, so we can comment on what's happening on the show. And it's a lot of fun, man. We've been doing it over the past 2 seasons of The Last Drive-In, and of course all the holiday specials that he's been doing too. So we've got like a nice little squad going. If you want to join, please feel free. Like I said, we'll post a link to join in maybe 15-20 minutes before showtime. So just keep an eye out on our socials.
I agree with that. I mean, like, to me, it's your guys' watch parties are fun. They're freaking awesome. It's almost like everybody from your Slack channel comes over to the watch parties, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. I enjoy the hell out of it. I look forward to it like so much. Like I really can't overstate it. I love it. The whole thing, I love it. It's so much fun. So yeah,
agreed.
Join us. One of us.
Join them.
That's all we got for housekeeping. Let's go ahead and jump into the main event. We're talking about vampires versus the Bronx, and we're going to kick it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
All right. Like I said previously, this is a Netflix original. It's just released this month. It's a PG-13 movie, which I didn't realize that until right now. I
didn't realize that Netflix like rated them. I don't think about it anymore, I guess.
Yeah,
if it's coming on Netflix.
That's true. Huh. According to IMDb, anyways, this has a solid PG-13 rating. It was written and directed by Osmani Rodriguez, or Oz Rodriguez, as he is credited. It stars Jaden Michael, Gerald Jones III, Gregory Diaz IV, and a few other folks like
Method Man.
Yeah, Method Man. Yeah.
Method
May.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with us? Method May.
So many things are wrong with us. Yeah, the plot synopsis, as provided to us through IMDb, is as follows. A group of young friends from the Bronx fight to save their neighborhood from gentrification and vampires. General Mangs, had you seen this movie before? Would you recommend people check it out? John, do us the honors and kick us off, man.
I have never seen this. I didn't know anything about this movie until you guys brought it up to me. I actually would recommend this movie because I had a lot of fun with it. The social commentary on it, and I guess we'll get into it more later. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of vampire movies or Dracula movies, but this was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'd recommend it.
Right on. Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I would too. And I would recommend it for a different reason. One is I feel like vampires have kind of taken a backseat lately. And not only that, if you get like a vampire tale these days, it feels like it's got to be some kind of like twist, like, oh, they're parasites or like some, but this is like straight up old school, like classic vampire tales, like they're the vampires you think of. Like all the cheesy stuff, the garlic and the crucifix and everything. Like there's no kind of like crazy spin on it. And so it's like, in the vein of something like The Lost Boys or something like that.
Yeah. Fright Night.
Yeah, Fright Night, Lost Boys, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, stuff like that. Yeah. So I would recommend. I think it's a fun little vampire watch, especially it came out like for the spooky season. It's not like super Halloween themed or anything, but it's like a fun movie that came out. So it's kind of nice if you're looking for something lighter, and it is, I think, more geared a little towards kids. So it's something you can watch, with kids or whatever. So yeah.
Yo,
had you seen it?
Nah. Well, just once for this show. That's it.
Yeah, just the once.
Yeah.
Do you recommend?
I'd give it a light recommend. It was pretty fun. It's a fun watch. It's a nice breezy hour and 25 minutes, which I always appreciate. But it's nothing. It didn't really stand out to me really in any way, though. It was just it was decent. It was a decent watch. Wasn't bad. Wasn't amazing. It was all right. But yeah,
I feel you.
I'd recommend it. It's definitely not. It's not so bad that I would be like, no, you'd be wasting your time. It's all right.
All right. But you're saying it's not going to blow my load.
You're not blowing your load. It's a light recommend.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and say that.
Right.
Stop going in circles. Light recommend. Yeah. All right.
Is that what we do around here? Like blow loads, I guess?
If it's good enough.
Every week. Yeah. Once a week, we get to blow our load. once a week.
We be stroking.
We
I'm always stroking, baby.
Stroking.
That's right. Well, let's go ahead and drop that spoiler warning, and we'll get into the rest of the movie. Here we go.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Bob, did you type it out this time? You were slacking last week.
I was slacking. I didn't type it up, but I can blast through it pretty quickly.
Bob, the extra cardstock. Rip.
I'm ready.
So, yeah. Here goes a slightly elongated version of the synopsis. Present day Bronx. Our main characters are a group of these 3 kids. They're, early teens, if I had to guess, 12, 13, 14, maybe, something like that. And their neighborhood bodega is closing down, and they sort of half grew up in this bodega, hanging out with the owner of the shop, and he's almost like a father figure to him. They're really close. But the shop's closing down. It's fallen on hard times, so they decide to throw like a fundraiser and try and raise some money and keep the shop open. These people move into the neighborhood and they start buying up a lot of real estate. They're offering large sums of money to all of these people who have owned these shops for quite some time, and they're just buying them out, making them offers that they can't refuse, and they're basically gentrifying the neighborhood. But it turns out the people that are doing this are evil ass vampires. The kids become aware very quickly that this is the case. They're not just real estate moguls. These people are evil-ass vampires. And, of course, none of the adults really believe them. So they try and get some evidence to prove the fact. It just doesn't really work out. The kids have to take matters in their own hands. They end up killing some vampires. And eventually, the whole neighborhood sort of bands together at the end, and they have sort of a big showdown and kill the shit out of some vampires. That's basically what happens.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
There was there's a lot of things I found charming about this movie. It's fun, but it's also, like I said, it's kind of geared towards kids, and a lot of that is what I found like charming about it. And for instance, like they use Blade as like a training, like the movie Blade, to like train themselves on vampires. I thought that was pretty great. Like watching these kids watch Blade and to learn about vampires, and then they even shoot like a little like video of them like practicing or whatever. I don't know, it's just it's got this little like charm where these kids, they're young, but they're growing up. It's kind of like that 13, but you're becoming an adult or whatever, but they're still attached to like goofy things like, I don't know, shooting Blade videos on their phone and shit like that. I don't know. There was just there was a lot of charm to this movie that helped carry some of its like flaws for me, because it's definitely got some flaws. But I did find it like I don't know. I like that little aspect of it, of the kind of like the youth and their age and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like the social commentary of it. I mean, it was like everybody lives in an area where it's just, there's this area that's so poor, or you think poorly of, or you think that is like the hood, I guess. And this movie just kind of like turned it on its head. It's like, and this whole group came together. It was like, okay, well, this is not a bad place to be, because they mentioned it a lot in this movie of, the Bronx is, nobody's going to remember you. Everybody's going to forget you. This is why we're taking over this place.
Yeah, that was an interesting aspect of it, because they kind of started off where the vampires, they are, and it fits in a lot of ways going back to the idea of traditional vampires, because anytime you see like traditional vampires, I mean, even going back to like Dracula, like they're bougie and they're well-to-do. Right. They're usually coming like it's like a European background. They're usually like up in these chandelier laden like places where they're hanging out. So it's funny that it fits that. And even like, I do like that this goes back to so many classic vampire tropes, because like even the idea of buying up property, like that was in Dracula. the novel. Like that's what he was doing. He was buying property in London, and he was going, and that's why like the character, he had to like go out to Transylvania. He was essentially like a lawyer, but like for a real, like signing all the real estate papers. So like that's a Dracula thing. Like that's old school Dracula, and they stick with a lot of like the old school mythos in this, and I like that was refreshing to me too. Honestly, I got a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie vibes from this, because it's like kind of a similar thing. And that one, like Buffy's a teenager and she has to learn how to deal with vampires, and like these kids are kind of in the same kind of vein, and it's very much of its time as well, in the same way that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was, where these kids, like there's this one girl, she's walking around, she's live streaming on her phone, and she's kind of like giving some of the info dumps or information about like the neighborhood and stuff, but it works for like this generation. It's like, oh, she's, people are following her, but you can't see the vampires on your phone because they don't have souls. So it sticks with the whole, like, they don't have a reflection thing. I don't know. There was just a lot of, I don't know. I found all of that very charming. There's this classic vampire tale for today, updated for kids for today, and it includes things like like Blade, but also like old school things that come from like the source material of like Dracula and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just really appealing to me.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the same thing. I mean, it was just like, it was a Blade thing, but it was also, the lore of what vampires are. They come in and they have a familiar, is that from Blade? I mean, the familiar thing.
It's a common thing.
It's in Dracula too. Yeah. It's a pretty common, trope.
Yeah,
That's like how they deal with the daylight.
And they mentioned it later in the movie that it was, that Frank, we'll talk about the Cooter, I guess, later, but Frank was a familiar of, he wanted to become a vampire, but it was just like, to me, it was so much fun to watch, these kids just kind of collect together of, this guy is a bad guy, and they end up going to his office, and everything closes down,
that's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. And he locks the door, and he's like, hey, what do you want? $2,000? Okay, what about $3,000? Here you go. So we'll take care of this.
There was something kind of cool that they introduced in this movie I'd never seen in any other vampire movie. I wanted to throw it out there and see if y'all had seen it in something. But the idea that you can kill a vampire through like the Eucharist, or, the body of Christ, the little like, wafers that you eat at church.
They do that in Blade, don't they?
Do they?
I think so. Yeah. That's something that's been seen before.
I guess
and I think that was even... Wasn't that even mentioned in Martin when we covered it? Because he has to, like, his uncle forces him to go to like church at one point or whatever, and they have to take communion. I thought, that's a pretty common thing, I think, because it's blessed. It's like holy water.
The thing was it was Judy or Julie or whatever her name was. She was our commentator throughout the movie. Julie. She was the vlogger. But she's saying, oh, this is happening. But she said, she ends up going to, because they end up buying the courthouse, and all these like boxes are going through, and it's like, true. Oh, they're so cold. But she's the vlogger, but she's our
refrigerators
throughout the movie. She's our. No, I guess.
Yeah. She's like the Adrienne Barbeau in The Fog. She's narrating what's happening.
That was a pretty funny aspect that you mentioned, because they buy out the courthouse, and they're like, oh, they're turning them into like condos, and they're bringing in these coffins. And she's commenting on, she even says, don't these things look like fucking coffins? And then like one of the delivery guys, which I guess is like a familiar or something, he like mentions it's some kind of like fancy fridge or whatever. And then she's like, oh man, these condos are going to be nice or whatever. It was like, it was playful things like that. Like where everybody's like kind of in on it. Like, hey, what? There's like coffins bringing it. Oh no, their fridges for the new condos. Like that was a funny idea. I did like how they wrapped it up in the gentrification idea. Because again, vampires are supposed to be kind of well-to-do bougie, kind of full of themselves. And so that kind of comes with the territory. They don't have to really change a lot about vampires for that to make sense, I guess.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that was the thing, though, is that like the vlogger was your commentator of the whole movie. Is like,
yeah, she was giving you like the info. She was laying it down for you.
Info dump, I guess.
That wasn't too bad. Yeah.
I like how they kind of wrap in some of the like the gang related stuff happening in the city, with one of the kids basically trying to be recruited. Trying to be recruited by this gang, and he's sort of like struggling with it, and eventually succumbs to it. But it's just. It kind of, I think that sort of helps keep it grounded in a way where you don't have, like, the only threat isn't just these ridiculous magical vampires. Like they have the threat of like the inner city sort of worked into the plot as well. These kids are like, trying to manage both of them and also just sort of like look after themselves in a way because nobody believes what they're saying is true. So like they can't rely on the adults really. The bodega owner, like he's kind of there for him. But he does get taken out sort of early, which is kind of sad, man. He's like
not super early. I'm at least half.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I thought it was 3/4.
He doesn't do
like 2/3 through it, but like to me, it was like that was a social commentary of it. It's like everybody was like, you look at this, everybody's lived in the city where it was like, oh, you look at this and it's like, it's so bad. It's like this city is so bad. But, I kind of love the social commentary of that, and Tony, the bodega owner, was like the father figure of everybody, all the kids. But, you look at it and it's just like, no, this is not a bad area. Yeah. You just kind of like, wait, hold on a second. This is where they live. And they brought it up a lot. It was like, nobody gives a shit about you. And, people don't care what happened to you. That's why we're taking over this city as the vampires. They're like, you know what? You guys didn't disappear. Nobody cares, but they care.
Yeah, it's a community. You feel the communal vibe, and, more or less everybody seems to know everybody, and most of the time everybody kind of looks out for each other. They got each other's backs. You really feel that vibe with Tony, and like knowing that he's just this shop owner and these kids sort of grew up in his shop. Like he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to let him hang out, but he does. And he loves it. Does. Yeah. He shows them Blade, they love it. That's
awesome. Xbox. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel a little of that kind of hopelessness too, because it starts off where it seems legit, but even then it's kind of sad because it is their home and it is their community, and these kids are trying to raise money for the bodega. But like the idea behind it is that these vampires, they have the money. So it's like they're going in and they're buying these places, but really they're not buying these places. They're like telling these people they are up until the point of signing the contracts. And then once they told everybody like, oh, I'm selling my place, I'm moving out, see you guys later, and everybody just assumes they're gone, then they eat them. And again, nobody really goes looking for these people. So even though these kids grew up with this bodega owner, and they know that he has been killed or he's gone, everybody's just like, no, he sold off, good for him, he's gone. And that's that hopelessness of like not being able to fight kind of money, I guess. Because even to the point, they're able to use, even though they're vampires, they can't go out in the day. They're able to use people in the community against them, like the gang. They're like, oh, I'll just pay these guys off to essentially just be like headhunters, and they'll just work for me. And so the kids also have to face that reality too. They're not only fighting against these mythical vampires, but they're fighting against like wealth disparity, I guess. Like somebody has paid these people to come and like come into my house and take, like, there's nothing they can do. And there is like a helplessness to that, which is like it's real, I guess, you know.
And Justin, I want to bring up something that you just said. It was like at the very beginning, what was her name? Julie or whatever her name was.
The beauty shop owner.
At the beginning, like she was doing the nails of the
Becky.
Becky, that's it. You know, she was doing the nails. It's like, this is Becky's last manicure. You know, and it was like all of a sudden she, she's like, oh, this is it. You know, I'm done. I'm completely done with this. And Frank comes in, which we'll talk about later, I guess, as far as Cooter of the Week. But, the guy comes in and they're signing paperwork and, she's done. It was like,
yeah,
wait, hold on a second. What happened with Becky? Becky's she's a hardworking gal. She's got a manicure, pedicure place or whatever. And then all of a sudden she's gone.
Yeah. And they mentioned too, like, that's kind of where we see the first blogger girl. She's like, yeah, that's where I got my nails done. But now I guess they're going to bring in some coffee shop and it'll be like $9 macchiatos. Or whatever.
Exactly right. Exactly
so,
right.
Like, you get the impression it's like, they're essentially like being run out of their homes. Like, oh, where I go get my nails done from Becky, who does a good job. Cause even the thing is like, she's treated by there's like this running joke. And actually, so this movie does have some flaws. And one of the running jokes at the beginning, when we see Becky, is there's this new girl in town who's moved in and she keeps telling everybody like, oh, I just moved here. And the whole joke is like, she's a really basic bitch white girl, who like strolls in and she's like, oh, this is my new nail shop. And Becky's like, nope, I'm closing. I'm out of here. And then she like goes to Bodega for shopping and people like joke around like even at one point she brings the kids back to their mom and the mom, it just has like a radio on. And as soon as she opens the door, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll turn the radio down. Like it's just the joke that like this white woman's going to call the cops or whatever. But
she also says to Becky is that don't close. No, don't close. Don't sell.
Yeah. She's trying to she's like, no, I like the neighborhood the way it is. And the whole twist of it is, and even the kids bump into her in town and, they think she's friendly. And the whole twist is like, oh, ultimately she is the head vampire or whatever. That was the twist. I didn't like that twist. And I thought they could have done a better job with it. I thought it would have been a better running joke because she seems pretty oblivious throughout, but like good natured. I feel like I wish that they would have kind of kept that going and she actually was like on their side. Like, I don't like that she was the head vampire. I wish she would have been this like goofy, oblivious, like even if there's vampires in front of you type of situation. She loves like kind of oblivious stuff. Yeah. She just loves the neighborhood, even though there's vampires in it or whatever. Like I feel like that was a missed opportunity. That was the thing,
though, is that Miguel ended up running into her and she was just like, oh yeah, I'm here. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, everything's fine.
Because they reveal it to you in like a very poor way. I thought all of a sudden she's just like, I'm a vampire, like to their faces when she can't get in the door or whatever. And I was just like, no, that's bad. Like, I thought that was weak. Yeah, they won't invite her in, which I thought a good workaround.
They told you that earlier in the movie, though. I mean, it's like when they're watching Blade, like the kids, and with Tony, they're watching this. It's like, okay, these are the lures of being a vampire, and you need to do this. You need to get garlic. Garlic's fine. Garlic will protect you from everything. You know, you need to get holy water. You need to get this. You need to get that. And I was just like, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
They stick with the old school rules.
Vivian, the head vampire, she does go up into the bodega and she tries to buy some hummus. And he just gives it to her for free or whatever, because she offers to make scones for like a bake sale to raise money.
Maple scones.
I love that whole transaction. And then he looks at his like closed circuit TV, security system, and she doesn't appear because vampires don't have reflections or anything. I love that whole sequence.
It's the lore of a vampire. I mean, you can't see them in video. I mean, because earlier it's like Miguel takes video of the blonde guy, which we'll talk about later, but takes video of him, and it's like you can't see him, and it's like he opens it up, there's nothing there. But,
see, that was a good.
That goes like, it just happened. Like this gal was telling everybody that oh wait, you can't see a picture, you can't see a video, you can't see a reflection. So, the lore of vampire, you can't see this.
Yeah. And that was a good reveal to me, because that was not like a twist, but it was one of those moments where the kids, like, they sneak in and they risk their lives because they're trying to save their neighborhood. They find the nest of the vampires. They open up the coffin. Oh shit, there's vampires. So they film it and they go. And then that's where you kind of find out the cops are like kind of working for them too. I guess they're being paid off or something. And so they go to like reveal to everybody. And then when they open the box, like, oh, it looks like there's nothing there. So like they're discredited. And so it's like, I like that for a modern, imagining of the lore of a vampire where they don't have a reflection. You can't see them in the mirror. Yeah. So that's, I like that they kept that and they were able to kind of turn it into, a modern day kind of thing. Like, oh, they won't show up on your cell phone. So that's kind of funny.
There was all the sequences in the bodega like really stand out to me. Like one of the main vampire guys, like he kills like this gang banger guy named Slim, who's chasing one of the kids, and the kids like see it happen and they run into the bodega because that's sort of like their safe haven. They're gonna hide out in the bodega. The vampire comes in and he knows that the kids are in there, and he's just sort of like casually shopping and browsing. And the one thing that he buys is like some hand sanitizer. And I was like, how perfect is that? That he would just buy some hand sanitizer. Menacingly as hell, by the way. Like, buy some hand sanitizer. That shit cracked me up pretty solid.
$4.50 for a thing of hand sanitizer.
Right. Shit's expensive in New York, man. I also like the realty company that's buying up all these properties is called Murnau Realty.
That's pretty good.
Murnau, the director.
It's the guy who directed Nosferatu. It's his name.
Oh,
F.W. Murnau.
I kept looking at it. I'm like, Murnau.
Well, and even like their little emblem is like an old school looking like Vlad kind of picture or whatever. Yeah. So it's like, it's that cheesy kind of fun where they just lean into it. And again, it felt like it had a specific audience in mind. Like, we enjoyed it as adults. But I feel like this really did have like an appeal towards a younger audience, like a preteen teen, where it's like they don't like, this might be your first experience to these lores. And that's what I kind of appreciate about it is again, like kind of what Buffy was for the 90s, where you kind of learn those rules, like, oh, holy water and garlic. Like it's almost like a how to for vampires for like a younger audience. And I appreciated that aspect of it because I felt like that was kind of important, like, Buffy's kind of thought of as I guess well regarded. I think people think well of Buffy.
For sure.
But going back and looking now, like it's super cheesy. It's the Buffy movie, and you know she's a teen and she acts real ditzy and dumb, and it's very much of its time. It's very dated. So I like, you know, there is a place for these kinds of movies because they ultimately really affect a younger audience who then grow up and like that's where they learn the rules from. So
right,
yeah,
but listen, like what you just said. But you look at the vampires in this movie, and it's a Buffy feel, or you know, it's like a Buffy / Blade feel, I guess.
Yeah, where their face changes, their teeth change.
Yeah, it's that, and then maybe a little bit of. You know, Bob, what'd you say at the beginning? It was kind of a
Fright Night.
You know, go ahead.
It's got like a Fright Night kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, it's just like that trope of, you know, what do vampires look like now?
Yeah. The
but
kids
you take all this like, and you kind of push it together, and it was just like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, the kids know what's up, and the adults just won't listen to them. And yeah, I like that vibe for sure. I love that there's going to be at least one kid out there that watches this movie and has never seen Blade and is like then gonna go find Blade and watch all that shit, and then that kid's gonna find our triple feature episode where we cover all 3 Blade movies. And listen to that.
And they used to be like Bram Stoker. What is that?
You guys did all 3.
Oh, all 3.
It's like
it was a shit
4-hour show. It was the longest show.
I drank through the whole thing. I legit like blacked out the last hour and a half of recording. Like legit. I listened back like the next day and I was like, I don't remember this.
Wait, hold on. We did all 3 Blades? What the fuck?
Yeah. I legit don't remember covering the last Blade.
Damn. That's some funny shit, man. Yeah, that's super cool though. That like this is gonna open some kids' minds for sure, and I hope some kids watch Blade. Well, yeah, of course, eventually to straight chilling. But Blade kicks ass, you know. Watch Blade, kids.
Yeah, that is one thing I like too
Blade
because
kick ass, and they bring a lot of Blade back in there because it's like the kids are watching Blade, and they're like, this is the lore of vampires, and this is exactly what you have to do to kill vampires.
Yeah,
and I love that. I actually love that. You know,
it was a fun aspect.
More of like them watching that, like, okay, you put it through their heart. You got to do that. You know, it's either a stake or you got to do a silver bullet or whatever.
Yeah, and even the way they melt or like they disintegrate or whatever really reminded me of Buffy too. Like when you get a stake to the heart and they just like kind of turn into like ash or what. It looked very Buffy-esque. Yeah. I just kept thinking about that movie when I saw this.
But it was awesome though. I mean, it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bob's a 90s kid, and so I know that heavily influenced him. You know, I mean, that's of its time.
Buffy's a blind spot for me.
Kid?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've really never seen Buffy. I can't. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay, even the show.
I mean, I saw because it was always on. I saw like bits here and there, but I've never sat down and watched an episode of Buffy, and I've never seen the movie either.
Interesting. Okay, never mind. This is all falling on your deaf ears. Yep. John, have you seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No, that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a shameful thing. But
I'm an older dog.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get my walker.
Oh, old man. I'm the youngest one here for sure. You know, super.
That
young.
is a lie.
Young buck.
It is a lie.
No, it's not, Bob.
All righty then.
All right.
Yeah. What else is in this? What else is in?
I mean. Oh, Method Man is a priest.
True.
I feel that was a weak part.
A priest. Oh my god! Like the way he like grabbed onto those kids, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. I was watching him as a kind of like this moral, like fatherly kind of figure. But I feel like he was really underutilized, which was one of my knocks on this movie. Is he was there, and when he was in there, I liked his parts, like when he's grabbing the kids and stuff like that. Whoa, not like grabbing the kid, but when he's like trying to be, when he's trying to steer him straight. But he felt really underdeveloped and underutilized for my liking. I felt like once the bodega owner died, I thought he was going to kind of fill that space. I thought he was going to kind of take on that role, and he really didn't. Not really.
He doesn't do much, man. He's got a couple funny lines, and he tries to keep the kids walking the straight and narrow, but he doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot. Ultimately, he's there.
Yeah,
he's there to kind of like have some sort of touchstone when they go to church, specifically to load up on like the Eucharist and the holy water and stuff like that. He's like, "Well, come on in, kids. You're finally doing what I've always been told you to do. You're going to church, or whatever." He doesn't do a whole heck of a lot though.
Well, no, he didn't. And he's just like, it's like all of a sudden they leave, and he's just like, he kind of peeks his eye open, and he's like, wait, where'd they go?
Because they're praying.
They're going to get the holy water, whatever. And then all of a sudden it's just like, wait, hold on. Where are you going? Hold on.
Yeah, that was all he really did, and then he didn't really do anything after that.
Yeah,
he showed up at the final fight, I guess, and he had like a crucifix. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Vivian's head.
Yeah, and then there's a final showdown where the kids kill a bunch of the vampires like in the nest.
Yeah,
they're running from like Vivian. Old Frank gets killed for not killing the kids with a shotgun. That was kind of like really intense for the time. I was like, holy shit, this dude's got a shotgun.
I thought that was kind of a Cooter move for Frank.
Yeah. What, to like let them go?
Yeah. Because he was kind of like flip flopping because he wanted to become a vampire, but then he's like, let's let him go. But
I guess we had that scene where earlier he had asked to be kind of like converted to a vampire, like when's my time or whatever.
That was the thing though, is that like he wanted to become a vampire. That was the whole point of him being the, what do they call it?
The familiar.
The familiar.
The familiar, yeah. I mean, that was the whole point, right?
Yeah.
He was,
and you can see how he's like treated like shit. Yeah,
he was doing that to become a vampire. So that was kind of like pathetic, right?
Oh yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we'll get there.
There's they do eventually kill Vivian. The bodega owner's got this like Sammy Sosa autograph bat hanging up in his shop, and it's like his prized possession. And it eventually like breaks, and they use it as a stake, and they stab Vivian. That's how she dies. There's another cool scene where they kill another vampire. A kid has a skateboard that ggets snapped in half.
Oh yes,
he uses that as a stake as well.
Luis.
Yeah. I thought those were a couple decent kill sequences. None of the kills in this are like super amazing. The Eucharist kill like really stands out in my mind. Maybe that's not as original as I thought it was, but I just can't remember seeing that in anything else. They throw like the little body of Christ wafer in the vampire's mouth, and his head like catches fire, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of like really out of the box kill sequences or crazy gore. For the most part, it's. It's PG-13. You can only do what you can do, and I think they do some cool stuff, but it's nothing that's going to blow your mind here. But yeah, they have a big showdown at the end. They finally kill Vivian, and they take back their little community, and that's sort of the movie. Yeah, the Bronx. Is anything else you guys want to add or touch on before we rate this thing? Good.
I don't think so.
Okay. I think so.
All right, then. Well, let's rate this movie out of 5. John, you are the guest, and I'm going to let you go first, buddy. How you feel?
I love the social commentary on this movie. I love the fact that they brought everything kind of in as far as the lore of vampires. I'm actually going to go 3 on this. 3 out of 5.
All right. 3 from John. Juice, how about you?
Yeah, I had fun with this movie. I gave it a lot of praise in our main review. It did have some flaws for me. I felt like a lot of the characters were underdeveloped, like Method Man and even like the bodega owner. One thing I like, hate's a strong word, I feel is unfortunate, I guess, where we have these 3 kids and none of them have a father figure in their home. Like one of them lives with their grandmother, the 2 other one lives with their moms, and so that's kind of why they go to the bodega to hang out with that guy, like he's kind of their father figure or whatever. And one thing that I hate is kind of like a trend, and I'm sure it's like, you know, it's definitely based in reality to some extent, but the idea of having like a strong female character, instead of making her just like strong, they make her like mean. So like all the moms in this one are like mean ass like women to a strong extent, where they're just like constantly like chewing out the kids. Like I guess we never had like I never felt a warm moment between like Miguel and his mom. She's always just there to kind of nag him or get onto him or embarrass him. And I hate that that's a consistent thing that like comes up a lot, where it's like, oh, in a single home, you know, the mom's gonna kind of really or single parent home, the mom's got to like step up and do it. But instead of making her like strong, they just make her like mean. And I felt like because each one of the kids had that in their homes, and it felt like you saw it 3 times. It was like, I was like, man, I want a warm moment between, you know, one of these kids and their mothers. And I just felt like I never got that. And I was like, kind of bummed me out a little bit, I guess. I don't like that trend that like exists of showcasing like single parent homes that way. I think they can be both. I think they can be firm and strong, but also warm, but they were just kind of like harsh, I guess. I don't know. So, and then, you know, and there's some things like I felt like the gang never really got fleshed out much either. I like the ideas that they brought up, like this one kid, Bobby, was it, that was struggling like with, you know, trying to make his own way and make money. And he was constantly being compared to his father and stuff like that. But the ultimate gang, it didn't actually really make sense, because I thought the vampires, or Frank, who is the vampire familiar, he hired the gang to get the stuff back, but the gang is ultimately killed by the vampires. So I was like, why are they killing these people who they hired? Like that, it didn't make any sense. So there are some things like that kind of fell a little flat or didn't get fully fleshed out. Brought up some interesting ideas, but didn't come to fruition a lot. But overall, I enjoyed it for what it was. I like the old school vampire feel, and I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5.
2.5 from the
Robert.
What's up, man? How
are you feeling about this film out of 5?
Well, let me tell you. This movie is fine for what it's doing. I think it achieves what it's really trying to achieve ultimately, but it's not doing anything too new. It's not super memorable. The performances are fine, but sort of like what you were touching on, Juice, like I feel like the way this movie would really hit it out of the park is if you like really truly vibe with the friendship between the 3 main boys, and like you get a little bit of it, but it's not, I just feel like it's not written well enough for you to like fully be engaged with them. It's just sort of halfway there. You know, there's a little bit of like emotion there with the bodega owner when he finally like ends up getting killed. But it's just not enough to really, really push it over the edge for me, I think, to where it's going to be something that I really remember in years to come, or like really want to rewatch years to come. As far as like the vampire tropes go, they did fine with it. There's a few decent kill sequences, but it's, again, like even the vampire characters are sort of like half written and not not really well developed. The Frank Palladori is sort of like the guy that we get to know the most as the familiar, as he's walking around during the day, and he does a good job. But everybody else, like Vivian, is really just a punchline, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, I'm the big bad all of a sudden, and you don't know anything
and
about
it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah. So you were just baking maple scones, and now I'm supposed to be afraid of you, which is a weird turn. It's a weird turn.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This movie it's decent, and like you, Justin, I'm going to give it a 2.5. It's not like terrible, but it's kind of right down the middle. It's all right. It's all right. 2.5.
The charm, I think, really kind of carries or like kind of helps gloss over a lot of like just the structural like flaws for sure.
Yeah. That's going to put our aggregate at a 2.7. Let's go ahead and jump into our Rotten Tomatoes segment and see what the critics and users think of Vampires vs. the Bronx.
Certified fresh to death.
John.
Is it, sir?
Buddy.
Yes.
Please take it away. Pick up the slack for Randy.
Yeah, filling in for Randy. Just might as well replace him.
That's right.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm not doing that.
John doesn't travel around every 3 months.
That's right.
No, I'm in Wisconsin.
He's got a real home.
4 years. What the hell? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So we have 22 critics for Vampires vs. the Bronx from 2020. We're going to see what these guys think of this from 0% to 100% of what the critics thought about this movie. Let's start with Bob. Bob, what do you think?
The critics on 22 critics. It's a new movie. I feel like it can't be. It can't be super, super low. I'm going to go with a 70%, please.
70%
yes,
from
sir.
Bob.
Ooh, that was right.
Justin, 22 people, critics. What do you think?
That's right around actually where I was feeling, but I think am I going to go higher or low? I think I'll go a scotch higher. I think I'll give it a 75.
75. All right. We are going to give this to Justin.
Woo! Damn.
Out of 22 critics, it's a 95%.
Holy
shit.
That's way too high.
That is quite high. Oh boy. Hang on. I'm sorry. Real quick. I'm sorry about this, but can I go ahead and get a hell yeet?
Oh my God. No. You better be sorry about that.
I'm the guest, so I have to do that.
Don't let him run your life, John. You do whatever you want to do, man.
The critic consensus is, in the sharp social consensus, Battle of Vampires versus the Bronx. Comedy and horror blend brilliantly, and the audience is the winner. 95%.
Okay, that is quite high. I do not agree with that score.
It's a little too rosy, I think.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. Okay, so we'll start. We'll do the user score. Justin, we'll start with you. 215 users on this one.
Okay. Pretty low. It's gotta be. It has to be lower than the 95%. That is 95%. I think it's still probably gonna be favorable. So I'll John, can you please give me the old 69? I'll take 69, please. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take 69 dudes, please.
There you go. All right, Bob.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher with a 72, please.
72. All right. Sorry, guys. Justin, you're going to sweep the board.
Yeah.
Whoa, sweeping the board. Can I get a hell yeah?
Nope.
No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you, Joe.
Users, 45%.
Damn. Okay.
45. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. That's two polar opposites.
So Andy likes to do, why are you voting this so high? Stop it. That was one of the bad reviews. This movie is very dull and predictable, and it takes all of its ideas from other movies. It wasn't funny enough to be a good comedy or scary enough to be a good horror movie. So it was just boring.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not wrong.
I mean, because it is, it's like a blend. It doesn't like do a whole lot. It doesn't go strong in either direction. It plays it pretty vanilla, I guess, on all counts. So yeah, I can feel that.
All right, so that was the what? Rotten
Tomatoes.
I did it.
Thanks, John.
Stir-fried fresh, at least on the
critics. Yeah,
on the critics side, yeah,
for sure.
Not on the users. People.
No,
we are men of the people this week. We're pretty damn close to the users score there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
pretty close.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for picking up Randy's slack, John. Let's go and get into a little bit of trivia.
It's totally time for trivia.
Take it away, Juice.
All right, this is a new movie. It just came out maybe 2 weeks ago, so it's pretty fresh. There's just a scotch of trivia, and we touched on some of it, but I just wanted to go ahead and highlight it and clarify again. The symbol for Murnau Enterprises that's how it's pronounced, right? Murnau, right?
Yeah.
Like the director, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Murnau Enterprises is the image of Vlad the Impaler, the real life inspiration for Dracula.
Oh, nice.
At the beginning, when Becky is signing the paperwork, the letterhead is for Murnau Enterprises. This is a nod to F.W. Murnau, who directed Nosferatu, which is considered to be the first vampire film. He is a German, right? That's a German film, right, Bob?
I believe so.
German director.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I saw that, Bob.
I think so.
Is that your best German? Is that what?
I'm
my German, Bob.
My last name is Jen.
Oh yeah, I do love the Murnau films. Oh, it's my favorite. Very, very spooky und films.
I'm sure our German listeners really appreciate this spot on impression, you guys.
We are huge in Munich for some reason.
Huge. Frank Polidori, who is Murnau Enterprises frontman, shares the last name of English novelist John William Polidori, who penned The Vampire as part of the contest with Mary Shelley, which produced Frankenstein. I actually believe that's The Vampire, but it's spelled Pyre. So I always like that one as Vampire. But so I guess the same contest where Mary Shelley kind of produced Frankenstein from is the same contest that this guy was kind of in with her or whatever. That's where Frank's name comes from anyways. In the first 10 minutes of the movie, the character Luis is reading the book Salem's Lot. This book has a similar story about vampires taking over a town. So it's kind of inspiration for that.
I saw that actually. I actually wrote in my notes. He was reading Salem's Lot
and wearing a ghost t-shirt.
And they even mentioned toward the beginning of the film, they're like, Luis, you know the most about vampires. And it makes sense that why they would say that, because he was reading a vampire book. So at least like that's consistent. Yeah. And then finally, in one scene, Father Jackson, which is Method Man, complains that the boy stole his Sprite. In 2004, Method Man recorded with Redman "How High," a promotional song for the Berry Clear Sprite remixed flavor. That's the trivia we got. That's like the loosest connection.
Quality.
In 2004,
oh my God, that was awesome.
In one scene, Method Man complained about Sprite. Holy shit.
Beautiful.
Barry, do you remember that shit though? I remember Berry Clear. That was like I was like 5 years old at the time.
Oh, get out of here. You were like 40.
Oh, bullshit.
Bullshit. Gentlemen.
All right. Let's do the Lord's work and go hunting.
It's time to go hunt.
Ooh.
We're talking Cooter of the Week. Juice,
the Dark Lord, of course.
What exactly is a Cooter?
Let me tell you about it, Bob. A Cooter is a straight chillin' exclusive character type. We're hunting them. We're hunting these people, and they have to hit 3 of these 5 character traits to be considered a Cooter. We want the Cooter of the Week, though, so top points counts. The 5 points are manipulation, smug arrogance, sexual deviancy, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. John, you are the guest. I will let you nominate first. Who do you want to take to Cooter Court this week, John?
God damn. Why would you do that? I'm going to take Frank to court.
Let's take him to court.
The real tour.
Yeah. All right. So, John, give me one of Frank's 5 points. What do you think he hits highest on?
Oh, the highest? Smug arrogance.
All right. Smug arrogance. So he is a bit of a smug son of a bitch to the boys. They have to have it go have a meeting with them. So they do get some good face-to-face time with him alone. And he is an arrogant prick.
Yeah,
he throws the vampire's money around. Yeah. He kind of bribes off anybody he comes into contact with. So he's essentially protected by not his money, I guess vampire money, but money. He's protected by money. So it makes him very arrogant.
Manipulative.
For sure.
Okay.
Manipulative.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause he's the guy who goes into these businesses and he's trying to pay them off, but then he doesn't even pay them off. It's like, at least pay them off, but he doesn't. He tricks them into signing the paperwork. Yeah. They die. So strong on the manipulation. Pathetic. So, you brought this up earlier in the review. So you think pathetic because he's serving the vampires, right? He's their familiar.
Yeah.
He does at one point kind of beg to become a vampire and is quickly shut down. So a little bit of a bish move.
But he also is pathetic because a little 13-year-old kid goes, "You're going to be their little bitch if you become a vampire."
That's true. He does. And he gets manipulated then, I guess, by a 13-year-old kid to let him go. Yeah. So it is. Yeah. So he then gets manipulated.
The last one I'll say about Frank is his hair. He's got this pompadour thing going.
You want to give him the look? He's too big for his britches, you think?
Yes.
Fucking Frank.
Wait, did he hit all 5?
Oh, well, that's 3, and then maybe light force. No
sexual deviance.
Yeah.
He is definitely not sexually deviant.
Yeah.
I definitely can't say that, but I'll say attire.
Okay.
Because he hits attire, he hits smug arrogance, he hits manipulation and pathetic.
Yeah,
but he's not.
he does.
That's pretty solid.
Not sexual deviant. Yeah,
pretty
solid
solid.
Cooter. All
Yeah.
right. Does anybody top him? Is there a higher Cooter of the week?
Bob?
No, I
yeah,
don't.
Bob, you gonna nominate anyone? I mean, like,
I'll
Vivian?
nominate the blonde vampire.
Yeah, Vivian.
For three.
She's definitely manipulative, maybe smug.
Yeah.
but like, we hardly really get to know her.
Yeah, we don't know much about her. You can definitely give her the smug arrogance after the flip, and you can give her the manipulation before the flip because she's just tricking everybody. But other than that, you don't really know much about her. She's not a
dude. I'm talking about the blonde dude.
Oh, the blonde dude.
Oh, the blonde guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
His attire.
Yeah.
We can give him. We can give him a tire for sure.
The bow in his hair. And it's small.
All right, so he's high on a tire.
All right.
Yeah.
Does he even speak?
He manipulates, right?
Does
And
he?
he's arrogant.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes into the bodega at one point. That's
He
right.
buys the hand
That's right. He
sanitizer.
does.
Yeah.
I forgot about that guy.
He's
Yeah.
pretty cootery.
Yeah.
He's pretty cootery.
Cooter light. Cooter
Like
light.
three. Maybe
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Below Frank.
He doesn't.
Maybe a little Vivian.
He does kind of hit 3, but he doesn't feel like a strong cooter. You know, he
doesn't make a big impression in the movie. I think is the problem.
Maybe so.
He's just not there.
I think Frank hits like 4 seriously. I mean, even though he's pathetic, I mean, it was like he redeems himself, but then like he has a 12-year-old kid that says, "Hey, don't do this."
Yeah.
You're going to be a bitch. Yeah.
You don't want to be a bitch, do you?
Frank, you want to be a bitch, Frank?
I think
Frank, don't do that. Don't do that. But he's still a solid 4, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna top Frank. I don't think we can.
Nah, I think he's Cooter of the week, boys. Book him. Book him. Book his ass.
We got him. We got him,
boys. Woo! Can I get a hell yeet?
No.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, John. We got him.
Well, it is time to let our hair down. And we're
whoa, shake it out. John, specifically, whoa, shake it out.
Look at them long locks. Damn, that quarantine do.
Go ahead and get them finger Sammys, boys. Go ahead. Right. We got the spread. Put the spread out.
It is the social hour, and we're talking about what we've been watching this week.
Hey, gang, what you been
watching? Juice, you want to kick us off? What you been watching this week?
Ooh, it has been a glorious week of watching. So let me tell you a scotch about it. It's spooky season. Of course, we only have just a couple weeks left.
Yeah.
But this week I put in the work. So I finished Bly Manor. I mentioned that I started watching last week and thought it was going to take me a while to get through because it was like scaring the shit out of me. But I finished it. It was, if you don't know, this is like the follow up to The Haunting of Hill House. It's Flanagan. He did it again. It's kind of a continuation, but it really has nothing to do with the first season. It's like its own separate thing. They do keep some things, like some of the actors come back and play different roles. And then the music specifically comes back into this, and I feel like that is a great connecting thread because the music is delightful to me. Like it really sets a good tone for this show, and I loved it. And I found myself like being pulled back to Hill House and being like, oh shit, yeah, this soundtrack. I don't know, I really liked it. I liked the overall show. It's hard to compare them because they're so completely separate, like separate time periods, separate casts, separate ideas completely. So it's hard to compare. I don't think it quite lives up to what I have Hill House in my mind, but it was damn good. Like I kept watching it, like I couldn't stop watching. That's why I finished it so fast. So I remember watching Hill House, and maybe Hill House was such a surprise, but it was the same thing. They dropped it in spooky season and it just felt right. And this one kind of lived up to that. And so I really enjoyed this kind of second season. I hope, maybe he can do another one that's just as successful. And if he didn't, that would be fine too, because they're not connected. But he's doing a good job with these kind of haunted house shows. So I finished that. I watched Over the Garden Wall. Great. Oh my God, dude. That freaking the opening song, like with the frog, and then they use kind of like, and then the notes that they use like to open each segment. It's like one of the like happiest, saddest musical compositions that like ever strikes me. It's like so autumn, and yet it's so fleeting. It's like, I don't know, it encapsulates that feeling so well. It's such a delightful like little show. It's like easy to burn through. I actually paid for it. One of the few things.
Nice.
So I was having a hard time finding like a consistent stream, and I was like, nope, I'm not even risking it with the show. I'm fucking actually paying money for this. And I watched it all the way through. It was great. Had my hot cocoa. I had the I got some candy corn somebody sent me, and so I was all set to go on that show. I watched Halloween 4 for the first time.
Nice.
The first time. I never seen it and didn't honestly know much about it. And I think just in my head had a really low expectation. And I had a fucking blast with that movie. I never seen it. And I would like perked up, and I was like, hey, wait a second. I'm like having fun with this. And by the end of that movie, I was like, hell yeet. That movie was I had so much. I think just going in, and I didn't have any kind of expectations or anything. And I was just like, oh man, that was a fun ride. I enjoyed it. I really did. Like surprisingly enjoyed it a lot. So I never seen it. Yeah, it was so fun though. It was great. So yeah, and let's see. I think that's about it. It was a heavy hitter week,
All right, John. What about you? What you been watching this week?
We actually finished up watching Haunting of Hill House. Well, I guess it was Bly Manor, but goddamn, that was so good. Highly recommend it. For me, I watched. Because Bob recommended it was
Blood Diner.
Blood Diner.
Hell yeah!
I have not seen that one yet.
I really, really hope you guys do a review on that.
I do too, man.
That shit was fucking wacky, dude.
Is it? What years are what era is it from? Is it like an 80s? Yeah. Maybe. Like a B movie schlock kind of film? Is that the vibe?
It's very much, 1987. It's very schlocky.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Same director that did The Being, Justin. That'll give you an idea.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. And then I actually did watch a movie that you guys reviewed before. Was what was it?
Describe it to me.
The beings from
Humanoids
underneath.
from the Deep.
Oh yeah. You mentioned
yeah.
Humanoids from the Deep. You loved it, right? You loved it.
It's amazing.
Absolutely loved it. 5-star film, right?
It was a 1-star film.
Solid 1 star. I see.
The old 1-star. That's what I watched. But I tell you, I'm actually really looking forward to your guys' review of Bly Manor, because I think you're going to be doing that pretty soon, right?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
We'll see.
I'd be down for it. Yeah. I'll put my vote in for yes.
Yes. All right.
That's my vote, but we'll see. I guess Randy's moving around. I got to watch the damn
John,
show.
your vote counts as a yes for Randy, so that's a 2 out of 3 right there.
It sounds like we're covering it.
Done and done. Sweet deal. Anything else you've been watching, John?
No, that's it.
All right. What have I been?
Hang on. Yeah, I got you. I can host too.
Thanks.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
What have you been watching this week? Let me know all about it. I want to hear your thoughts, your deepest feelings. Please share with me.
My deepest fears. Let me tell you everything. I watched some Halloween
everything,
bangers.
Bob. Don't leave anything out. Okay, so even the late night stuff.
Ooh, you can't handle that. You don't want to handle that. That's too much. Yeah, I watched some Halloween bangers this week. I started the week off working like a madman, so I just kind of squeezed in some of those Roseanne Halloween episodes. I don't know, you guys ever seen them?
Oh, there you go.
God,
oh, yeah.
I love that shit. It just reminds me of being a kid. I would watch all that Roseanne like constantly with my family as a kid. And there's a DVD you can buy of like all the Roseanne Halloween episodes on it, so you can just like blast through them one after the other. There's like 8
That's
on
awesome.
there.
They put them all on one.
Yeah,
disc. That's sweet.
And they're solid. They're like all pretty solid. And I don't know. I revisit at least a couple every year, and I just get a kick out of those. I also watched some Hocus Pocus yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, we set the projector up at a birthday / Halloween party kind of situation. Had it playing on the side of the garage, and solid movie. Always fun watching that.
Nice. Yabos. That's where it comes from.
That's exactly right. Also, I was talking to somebody at the party about that Yabo scene, and I forget the name of the podcast, but there is a sports podcast, and they refer to home runs as Yabos.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
they're doing it wrong.
They're doing it wrong. I don't know. I wish I could remember the name of the show, but they call a home run a Yabos.
That's wrong.
They call a home run Yabos?
Yabos, yeah.
Doesn't even make sense. It's plural.
I don't know.
Like a double hitter, maybe. I guess. That's some dumb shit.
I don't know. That's some dumb
I'm putting them on blast.
They got this. They had this coming for years, baby. They're finally taking them to task.
Yeah.
Other than that, I watched Trick or Treat today because you got it.
Woo!
You got it.
Oh, Bob's in the heat of it.
Yep.
I know the feeling.
Watching the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did the podcast of Tales of Halloween.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Trick or Treat is the ultimate.
It is. Yeah, Tales of Halloween's pretty solid too, man. There's like 10. I mean, because you just talked about it. There's like 10 shorts in that fucking thing. They're not all great, but a lot of them are solid, man.
It's like 50-50.
50-50? All right.
Spoiler, you got to listen to
Trick or Treat
for you.
Trick or Treat is like 10.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's the ultimate. You can't beat it, that's for sure. No. But yeah, that's really all I've been watching this week. That's about it. Just some heavy hitters, and that's really all I got time for these days. We got one more segment to get to. It is our Hotline Scream segment. If you are listening and you want to call and leave us a voicemail to be played on our next show, you can hit us up at 904-638-3231. We had a shitload of voicemails this week, like so many that we cannot play them all. I know we've said this before. It's been a while, so it's sort of on us, but we have said this before. One voicemail per person. We had almost everybody that called twice this week. So what we're going to do is if you called twice this week, we're just going to play your first voicemail, and that's all. Just because we just don't have time to play them all, which is rare. We rarely get this many voicemails, but it is what it is. So just, remember in the future, one voicemail per person, please. And we got, what do we got? We got 6. I think we got to get to today. First up, we're going to hear from Kyle. Let's hear what Kyle has to say.
Hey, crew. This is Kyle. Haven't called in the show yet, but I was listening to the Nightmare on Elm Street episode, and Randy was going over how someone brought their kids to the Evil Dead remake. And I've had a funny story. I actually went and saw The Green Inferno, the Cannibal Holocaust ripoff by Eli Roth, in theaters. And actually, this lady and her 2 very young kids sat right next to me and my group of friends to watch the movie. And I shit you not, they made it all the way through the first, maybe 30 to 45 minutes of that movie. And what ended it was the jack-off scene in the cage where that guy had to just, quote-unquote, relieve some stress. I guess that was too much and they got up and left. But, yeah, they sit through a good 45 minutes of it. I just want to call and tell that story. All right, guys.
Do better, parents. What are you doing?
Yeah, what is going on? Under no circumstance would I think that's okay to do. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't know. Yeah. That's just me. They just old man juice.
They gotta see that new Eli Roth hotness. They gotta see it.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Jesus. What? What are you even doing? What are people doing out there? I don't know.
Ridiculous. Thanks for calling in, Kyle. Thanks for sharing your ridiculous story. Let's all strive to be better people, parents or otherwise, just better people. Next up, we got our boy Hydraberg. Let's hear what he has to say.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. What up, boys? It's your boys, Hydraberg, going in with his cryptic numbers. I'm lost. I was just going in for a name for the crew. I was thinking, what if we were called Elzebub's Army? Sort of like Dumbledore's Army, except, Randy, you've never watched any of the Harry Potter films, if anybody watches this film. Shame on you. But, yeah, I don't know, it's a cool name. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's simple, it's cool, and, I don't think DJ Elzebub gets enough props lately on the show or in the slap, he's doing all that ass slapping. I think he should get a little recognition. So, yeah, think about it. Let me know what you think, all right? And she left my asshole a little bit. Keep going.
All right.
I had to play it through there.
Yeah, so basically I said Mang on the air because of you guys.
So you work at a radio station and you were setting up a song. What was the name of the song?
Your Man. But I said your man.
That is classic. I do love that. That's some funny
oh
shit.
My God.
That's our legacy.
That is some funny shit.
It was terrible.
Your Mang. And now next up, Your Mang. That is hilarious. I love that shit.
Man.
Oh my God.
Hydraberg, thanks for calling in. Man. You dropped the numbers from Lost, and it seemed like you were hesitant about whether or not you should specify that the numbers came from Lost. We all know, buddy. Trust me.
We know.
We know.
We've invested lots of time into that show
that we cannot get back.
All right. Let's see. Next up is G Baby. Is that correct, Bob?
Yep. Nope. It's Matt. Matt G.
Oh, Matt G. Okay, yeah. Too many G's. Matt G. All right. Here we go. Matt G. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's what do you call me? Matt G. I have no idea what time it is, so no time spent for me, sorry. But just listened to the Nightmare on Elm Street show, and wanted to just pose a quick question at you guys. So, Randy, if Soju was pulled into, Knife Finger's dream world, what would his a la Dream Warriors power be? Same question to you, Rob. What would it be for Randy? And Soju, what would it be for Rob? Later.
Good question. That's a good question.
That is a good question. I'm trying to it's been 100 and some odd episodes since we covered Dream Warriors. I remember Kincaid shows up and he's all fucking got his strapped up and he beats down the wall and stuff. I don't remember. I guess they all go in there and they have superpowers, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's asking what superpower from the movie would apply to us. Just what would we then acquire in Dreamland based on our own personalities and shit.
What we would acquire?
Yeah, as our dream power in if we were in a Freddy Krueger situation.
Like Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know, John, do you want to fill in for Randy in this scenario since he's not here?
Wait, Randy was supposed to say me?
Yeah.
What is my dream power?
And you say me and I say Randy.
I gotta do Bob. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the dream power would be juice.
Just juice. I juice them. I juice them real good. I'd be stroking and then I juice them.
You turn into a big juicer.
Juicing like this.
Just
all the
showing the guns.
Damn, I didn't buy my ticket. That was a free show. Damn.
Yeah, whoa, to the gun show.
You all just got juiced.
Juiced. I think
I have no idea.
That's a good one.
I think I got mine for Bob. I know what Bob likes, and especially in Dream World. Bob would be bringing the extra teeth for sure. So Bob would be his own teeth monster. Bob likes extra teeth. If you don't know, if you're a first time listener to the cast, Bob likes extra teeth. So
totally.
I feel like that he would totally incorporate that into his dream power somehow. Yeah. Totally. Bob, what do you think Randy's dream power would be, or John's, or both?
I think I could do both. I think I'll do both. I think John, your dream power, you'd be you'd have some sort of megaphone and you'd be doing your super sexy radio DJ voice, but it would be amplified to crazy loud levels that would just make people's brains explode because they can't handle the sexiness. For Randy, I think Randy would have a red stag super soaker that would just you just fucking drown people in red stag with this like a red stag fucking cannon he'd come at you with. Yeah, I think that's what he'd have. We'd kill the shit out of some Freddy Krueger is what I'm trying to say.
We would kill this shit out of some Freddy Krueger. Now I'm thinking too, Bob might be some sort of God character. He might be Megaphone John.
Exactly, John. Exactly.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
Shit.
That was funny. The megaphone, the red stag Randy with the megaphone.
We would squad so deep.
Squad deep. I don't know if we could top Kincaid though.
Probably not. You gotta call Freddy Krueger a pussy, and then you're fine. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
Thanks for calling, Matt. Hope you're doing well. We got Cole up next. We're hearing from Cole.
Hey guys, it's a Virgin caller here. I'm a courteous Canadian caller Cole, calling a very reasonable time, 8:19 on my drive to work. Just wanted to call in and say that when I first started listening to you guys, Aliens is your newest episode. I've been pretty much listening constantly since then. I did a lot of work on my house during quarantine when I was laid off, so I was able to pound through 3 or 4 episodes a day. It was awesome, but I caught up. I think it was on Deathbed, your newest episode, when I caught up, and now I'm having to wait a week, and let me tell you, it sucks ass. But once I've waited all week and I hear that intro, now it just gets me pumped up. I just finished your Treehouse of Horror episode, and it was awesome. I think you guys should definitely keep doing that. We always talk about what's the most Halloween movie. Usually Trick or Treat or Halloween, kind of at the top of the list. But for me, it's Treehouse of Horror, man. It's it reminds you of that kid-friendly Halloween, where Halloween was the best time of year. And I just wanted to also mention, I know you guys are doing Nightmare on Elm Street next, and I'm trying to hold off on it because I have been holding off. I do lots of side jobs on the weekends, and it's so nice to listen to while I work. Especially, like I'm out there, you know, trying to make a little bit extra money for the family, but then it sucks being away from the kids. So when I turn you guys on, I can just kind of shut that part of my brain off and just work. And it's really, really nice. So I'm not going to listen to Nightmare on Elm Street until this weekend. But I'm so excited for it. I love hearing you guys talk about classics. And I know Randy especially is always kind of wants to hold off. I think it's him just being modest, thinking that you guys don't have much to say on the classics, like what hasn't been said. But I love hearing you guys talk about it. And, you know, like if next pick was Bela Lugosi's Dracula and Boris Karloff's Frankenstein and the Mummy, like, I'd be pumped to hear any one of those three. So anyways, I just wanted to call in and say thanks, guys. And also, I think it was Corey. His outro was kick-ass, and you should play it at the end of every episode. Okay, thanks, guys. Keep chilling.
What a lovely voice.
Thanks, Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate you, guy. Thank you.
Yeah, very,
That guy's awesome.
kind.
The Corey intro.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He recorded a song. It was a rap, and he sort of rapped about Justin, Andy, and myself, and sent it in. It's probably a minute and a half long or so. We played it at the end of the Nightmare on Elm Street. No, at the end of the Simpsons episode.
Treehouse.
Yeah,
it's Treehouse of Horror. Yeah,
yeah. We ended the show with it, and it's he did a really good job with it. He just randomly did it and sent it over to us, and I was like, "Damn, dude." Apparently, he can rap.
Corey, he was on our Godzilla episode.
Yeah.
He's been on another.
Doctor Sleep as well.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep. Oh, poor guy. I'm glad he got to come back for Godzilla.
Yeah. Yeah, but damn, Cole, listening to 3 or 4 episodes of us a day, that is a lot, brother.
But I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we can be there for you, my guy. I know how hard it is working on the weekends and being away from the fam and the kids and everything like that. So I'm glad we're able to do a little something for you, my guy. Hope everything goes well, and we'll keep cranking them out for you.
Yeah, bud, just hang in there. Sorry, it's only once a week for you now.
I understand that. What was that one show?
You do the same to me.
Yeah.
I was bitching about that Michael Jordan documentary because everybody else had it at one time. I got like one episode. I was like, God, it fucking sucks.
You gotta wait a week.
So I feel you, my guy.
Yeah. We gotta hear from old 1 a.m. West next.
All right.
Hey guys, Wes. I'm just working on my room. I'm packing crap. Just finished the Simpsons episode. Been behind, and I haven't been calling, and I apologize. I've been busy with my new job. To what I want to be called, as a straight chillin' fan, Doju's Little Yabos. That's what you should call us. Doju's Little Yabos. Controversial? Yes. Weird? Yes. But it would, no, it wouldn't be cool. Okay, you know that. Yeah, I'm just, trying to get a trailer out for Haddonfield Nightmare, my, movie I'm working on. Trying to get that out onto the spot. Soon, hopefully. I don't know. I don't think it's going to come out when I wanted it to, but, you know, I got a job now, so a little more effort can go into the film now. But yeah, keep chilling.
So we will never refer to our listeners as Soju's Little Yabos.
Soju's Little Yabos.
That is terrifying.
even for me, that might be might make me feel. I'm all about starting a cult and everything, but it's got to be like Cult of Rigatoni, you know. I mean, even just I can't be associated in name. That's when the government comes after you, you know. So I gotta like separate myself a scotch from that. So Cult of Rigatoni is fine. Wes, you can go ahead and sign up for that. Yeah.
Good with that.
Much better. Yeah, man, keep working on that trailer. I'm excited to see it. Get that work done. Yeah, Wes
working on a little Halloween piece.
Yeah,
should be cool.
Halloween fan film. Get it done, son. Cast Soju in the main role. Michael Myers himself. Oh,
it's featuring Shaboy. I can't tell you my role in it yet. Yeah, you'll have to wait for that trailer to drop.
Are you Loomis? Pure evil.
Dude, Loomis I watched Halloween 4 last night and fucking Loomis was killing me, dude. Oh my god, movie was so dope. I love that shit. All right.
One more.
We got one more from our boy 2 p.m. Todd. Yep. Let's give it to him.
What up, straight chillin' crew? 2 p.m. Todd calling in at 1:06 p.m. on a Friday. Today, we had a few beers before noon. So, just to let you know, that's how we roll in Florida. Bob, we need some drum. Soju, we need some juice. Randy Gandy G Landy, we need some singing and some dancing. How do, chillin' crew? Cruising by Texas Roadhouse. Gonna stop off and get me a ribeye. Maybe have some of them nice hot, muffin thingies with some honey butter. Things like that. Was talking to some educated folks, talking about the straight chillin' crew and nicknames. Here's a good one. Maybe we should call ourselves the Linear Nippy Gang. I'm gonna throw that at you one more time. The Linear Nippy Gang. Straight chillin' crew. Linear Nippy Gang. All right, well, I'm sure this one will be entertaining. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you for all of those out there on the Slack that enjoyed my beef with the beef. And don't even get me started with the come and goes, because those filling stations, they got a whole other thing going on. Anyway, peace out. You guys rock.
All right. Beers before noon. Also immediately driving. 2 p.m. Just driving by the Texas Roadhouse. Be safe, buddy.
Roadhouse.
Be safe.
The Linear Nipple Crew? Is that what he said?
Nippy, I think. Not Nippy? Yeah.
I don't understand that reference.
So, like, straight, linear,
chilling, nippy. Thank you for explaining it to me, Bob. Yeah. I was very confused. Straight, linear, chilling, nippy. I see. Yes. Gotcha.
Yep.
That's pretty good. 2 p.m. Todd. Hey, there you go.
He rolled it by you 3 times, man. He gave you.
Too smart for me. Too smart for Soju. Luckily, Bob's here to set me straight.
I got you. Shouts outs to Texas Roadhouse. Much better than Beefo fucking Brady's. That's for sure. They got those.
I still don't even know what a Beefo Brady's is.
It's a chain Irish sports bar.
Hold it in, John. Hold it in.
John's gonna spew.
Oh, did you get it down? Oh, okay.
I'm fine. I'm good.
That would have been our first spit take live on air ever.
Yeah, I know. God, we need to talk Randy into it next time. Or like, we need to really work him.
No, yeah, Randy's the spit take queen, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking, that dude will spit some shit out.
He has spit in Rob's face.
Fact. At least once, possibly twice.
Minimum one time.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Todd. I don't know the filling station you mentioned. I never heard of that before. The Come and Goes. I don't know what that is. But it sounds menacing and awful, and you should rant and rave about it for sure in the near future. Thanks for calling, everybody. Again, if you are listening to the show and you want to call and leave us a voicemail, hit us up at 904-638-3231. Regarding what our listeners want to be called, or what we're going to refer to them as, I think my favorite so far, I'm pretty sure this was Corey that mentioned this, but the children, like CHILL, children, you know what I'm saying? Make sense?
Yeah.
No?
No.
Underwhelming?
I think it's the Mangs.
The Mangs?
I think it's the Mangs. I mean, I said it on the air. Seriously.
Yeah.
The Mangs. I mean, it's the Womangs or the Mangs.
Yeah, we got you covered.
The Mangs?
Yeah,
Womangs,
sure.
no matter what.
It's got to be the Mangs.
Yeah. The Elzebub's Army, not bad. It's a little bulky.
Bad.
It's a little bulky. But
A little
not bad.
bulky.
I don't know.
Also, we don't feature Elzebub enough, which is our fault. That's our problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Our problem to fix, not yours.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
That's right.
Yeah. Not John's problem.
That's our problem.
Yeah.
Do you have a fave so far, Juice?
I'd have to remember all the ones. Cult of
Yeah.
Rigatoni still toward the top for sure.
Also very
Mangs
bulky.
is fine.
It doesn't.
The Straight Chilling Crew, I guess, because it's like in the song too.
Yeah, the crew,
it's like in the song.
Yeah.
SC crew.
I don't know. It's tough. Yeah,
We got
it's
time.
tough.
We got time.
I usually, if I personally, like I'm talking to Bob or I'm talking to somebody about it, I usually say the Straight Chilling Crew or the Straight Chilling Squad is normally how I refer to it as. Yeah.
Squad's good.
Yeah.
Squad's good.
The Squad.
The Mangs. Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Mangs. The Mang Squad.
Mang
The Mang
Squad.
Squad.
Mang up, Squad.
Squad up, Mangs. I don't know. We got options. Yeah, if you're listening, you got any other recommendations, please call in and pitch them. Send them our way. We want to know what you want to be referred to as a listener of the show. That's all we got this week. We're going to be back next week with a brand new show, and it's going to be a fucking doozy. It's going to be. It's going to
Bob,
be.
it's
Juice.
time for a little Halloween extravaganza. Little yearly tradition that we get into here. So just a reminder, some past Halloween extravaganzas. Last year we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and Deuce.
True.
The year before that we did Ghost Watch and WNUF, right?
Yep.
Is that? And then the year before that, what did we do, Bob? Tell me.
The year before that, I don't think we did a double feature. It was like a hodgepodge. We talked about
just
like the
games
history of
and
Halloween,
stuff.
and yeah, we played some games and we read some spooky stories and goofy voices. DJ Elizabeth showed up.
It's becoming a straight chilling tradition. These are some. But last year we got Red Stag Randy. But
did.
Bob, what are we covering this year? What are we covering?
We're going to be doing our second ever triple feature, and we're going to be covering, since we were supposed to get a new Halloween movie this year, but because of the global pandemic, it was stricken from us, and we have to wait a whole nother year. So we said,
God forbid.
Pandemic be damned. We're talking about Halloween movies anyway. We're going to be talking about Halloween 4, 5, and 6 next week.
And 6 triple feature. Our only other triple feature was the Blade trilogy, in which again I don't remember the last hour and a half of that. So we'll see what happens with Halloween 4, 5, and 6. Jesus.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see. Brush up on Halloween 4, 5, and 6. Get ready for next week's show. Don't forget about our Joe Bob Live Watch Party this Monday, October I'm sorry, Monday. This Friday.
Yeah, not Monday, guy.
October 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll blast a link out for you to join in on the watch party fun. Yeah, until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.
Keep chilling.